Remain calm.
It's okay, Peter. You can have as much as you want.
It's supposed to be my day off!
This is the second part of our story. Guildmaster was mad at Peter because he was about to steal Luvelia. Guildmaster was crying, but suddenly John came with a message. When the Guildmaster read it, he laughed out of his excitement and joy. Peter was summoned, and he came to know about the marriage proposal. The Guildmaster told him that a member of the orc aristocracy named Babe had offered Peter a marriage with his tribe's girl. Because they had seen him on the battlefield and were obsessed with his amazing techniques and skills to fight. Peter was against the proposal and Luvelia came. She was also against the proposal, but John and the Guildmaster told them that the relations with the orc tribe would be ruined if they refused them so openly. So, they had to play politically, and if they had to refuse them, then they would have made a plan for it, but now they had to continue as it is. Guildmaster was determined, and Luvelia said that she believed in her love and the purity of Peter's love, and our lusty man was ashamed for what he had done with 3 cuties. His heart was paining, but now what? So, they went to Babe, and he was eating the food viciously. He was pleased that they had accepted his request and was praising Peter's powerful skills. Babe tells his guard to fetch Piglet, and Peter thinks that she might be a pig or something like a weird thing. So he doesn't have to be worried because he would never get excited after seeing her, so ultimately this would be a life-saving option. But when she came, he was shocked and the Guildmaster rocked because Piglet was a cutie, hottie. She was very innocent, and the devils were laughing at Peter's negligence. They even allowed them to spend some time. They were walking in the streets, and she was silent. He thought she might be weird, but suddenly she was stressed, and, on his asking, she told him that it was her first time to talk with a man. He was surprised, and the Guildmaster was keeping an eye on them, and John came to him with 3 bad guys. On the other side, Piglet is very sad, and she tells Peter that she is a servant of Babe, and no one likes or talks with her because she is the only one who looks like a human. She also told him that when she saw him fighting, she was shocked, and she believed that a useless and garbage orc would not be of any use to him, so she ran away. Piglet bumped into the bad guys sent by the Guildmaster. They tried to harass her, but Peter came and told them to leave her. They wanted to finish him but ended with broken legs and arms. Peter grabbed her hand and started running. He told her that she was the prettiest orc he had seen in his life, and when they stopped, he told her to have some confidence in herself. She got back her hand and asked to have a look around the city, and he started showing her around. She was so pleased and said that she had never thought that a hideous woman like her could enjoy a day like that with a man like our Peter. At night on Babe's asking, Peter told them that they didn't find today's meeting any serious progress for their future because it was just a political date. Piglet was silent, and our devils didn't want to waste any more time, so they told him that they had to spend the night together. Peter had some issues with that, but because of Piglet's silence, he was forced. The Guildmaster, when leaving him in the room, told him to be faithful with his daughter Luvelia, and Peter was scared. Suddenly Piglet came with an appealing body, and Peter was shocked. On the other side, John and Guildmaster were happy because they had settled everything to distract Peter with Piglet's beauty. Babe was also involved in their plan. Now Peter was facing 2 great hurdles of Piglet and was holding himself back to protect his innocent love with Luvelia. Peter said that earlier she was against the marriage, then what happened now? But she told him that Peter was a great man for her and she couldn't control herself. But he told her that he was already engaged, and she jumped on him with vicious intentions. But he stopped her and said that it was a trick of the Guildmaster and Babe to get their mean out of them. Piglet moved back and started crying. She started blaming herself for not being attractive to him, that's why he was resisting. But he stopped her and said it wasn't the truth because he was obsessed with her, and she kissed him. He was about to get lusty but stopped himself and tried to resist. He started relaxing himself, but our cutie had some naughty plans for the night and removed her shoulder, and Mr. Peter lost his control. In the morning he was freezing out of his guilt and started thinking about how to hide the mess he had spread. When Piglet woke up, she asked to tell everyone about their new bond. But he stopped her when she asked the reason. He was answerless, and after thinking he told her that Babe and the Guildmaster were playing with her innocent thoughts. If she wanted to protect herself, then she had to do whatever she wanted to do. He was hopeful that she got his point, and now it was the time for the results because the Guildmaster and Babe were asking about the night. Peter was scared to death, and she opened her mouth, but she said they had not done anything in the night, and she was cleaning like water, which was a lie, like the clean water of Peter's eye. The Guildmaster and Babe were shocked at how this could be possible, but suddenly Piglet asks them to stay with Peter because she wants to spend her life with Peter. Guildmaster and Babe is happy to hear that, but Peter was again in shock. They went outside, and she told him that when he asked her for her desires, she made up her mind to be with him. After conceiving Peter's child, she wanted to get revenge on her fellows who made her cry because she was like a human being. Despite everything, she was able to live with Peter. She also told him that she would never disappoint him in bed because she was a naughty pig and Peter was stressed. At night, Piglet served him dinner and he was stressed again because Mimi, Lisa, and Vegan were there. All the girls were angry and frustrated at each other. Lisa and Mimi were misbehaving with Vagina and Peter stopped them. They also had issues with Piglet and she told them that she wanted to serve Peter for his entire life, and she didn't have any issue with being his mistress. Everyone was shocked because they had seen her big talents and Vegan was more than anyone stressed because she had a flat floor for talents. Vegan tried to cast a spell and Peter stopped her. Lisa said that they had to check who was more inevitable for Peter and Piglet said she was also ready for that test and Vegan summoned an angel named Agape for that purpose. Lisa and Mimi started the competition and when Peter saw them, he was shocked because their talents were tight and bouncy. Agape counted a reading of 91. Vegan was angry and Peter was ashamed. Vegan started finding something and she dressed up, but she was flat, so Peter had no reason for arousal. Piglet also tried to do something, but her dress made her the hottie with a reading of 91. Now all the girls started fighting because they wanted Peter's juice to make a great fighting race, but he was stressed and suddenly Tim came.
I'm begging you, somebody stop the man.
Peter asked for his help, and he offered them the drink. All the girls were relaxed, and they started enjoying themselves. Peter was relaxed but Lisa came to him and tried to seduce him. Mimi and Piglet were also doing the same, but Peter tried to tell them that he loved Luvelia and was loyal, but they started removing their clothes and Lisa poured the drink into his mouth with a lip-to-lip communication and he lost control. The next morning when he woke up, he was guilty that he had again cheated on Luvelia and Vegan told him the night was very disturbing for her. All the girls had some muscle cramps because they worked hard at night with Peter. Peter was stressed and silent and all the girls started talking that they had to make some deal to intimate with Peter. They started discussing their points and Peter tried to interfere, but no one was listening to him because all they needed was his seed to be planted. Since then, Peter was only used to fulfilling the requirements of the girls one by one daily. He was stressed and one day it was his rest day. Peter was very happy because it was a date with Luvelia. He was getting himself prepared for it and Kim saw him and started praising his efforts because he was the only one who had witnessed his condition till now. Peter was waiting and Luvelia came. She looked very pretty, and Peter was shocked. Now they started enjoying their day and Peter was very happy because there was very less when he got time to spend with Luvelia and she was also enjoying her date with Peter. At night while having dinner she complimented his taste in food and when she saw his hand, she apologized that she had given a lifetime scar to a hero, but he said it was nothing and grabbed her hand. It was very pleasing till now and suddenly Mimi saw them. She came to him and started talking nonsense. He was trying to stop her because it was his rest day, but Mimi had some other plans. Luvelia was also happy to see him getting along with others so normally. But he took Mimi aside and she told him that if he wanted to leave her, he had to pay for it, without any desire. And for Luvelia's sake he let the pedal fall and Mimi left. Music started and he went to Luvelia for a dance, but Vegan was there, and she also wanted the same from him. Luvelia still didn't find anything, and he took her aside and paid the bill for Luvelia by letting the pedal fall. When he came back this time Lisa was waiting and Peter was stressed and Luvelia started drinking and she thought about how they had spent their past. Peter was always life-saving for her and protected her. Now they were walking together and Luvelia said it was the best day of her life and said they might go out of the city sometime and asked to leave because the Guildmaster was waiting for her. She was leaving and Peter tried to stop her, but he thought that when the truth came out what would happen to him. What will happen next in this story? Subscribe to the channel for the latest updates.